In this series, I get to visit a World Heritage Gothic cathedral and its famous Christmas market. I watch chocolate being made and get a taste, visit a fabulous art gallery and drink plenty of Glühwein.
I'm in Cologne in Germany to explore the city and to visit the Christmas markets. Are you ready for an adventure?
On day one, I enjoyed my first 3 Christmas markets, but now it's time to explore even more of Cologne. It's a new day in Cologne. I've had a really nice comfortable night in my hotel room, woken up to this view. So time to get out and go and see what else Cologne has to offer.
My first plan of the day is to head back down to Heumarkt where I ended last night. I'm going to use my tram ticket because it's still got some of my 24 hours left. I've sussed out that the arrows on these signs, this is the direction of travel for the trams.
So the bus is going to Neumarkt, it's not quite as far as I want, but there's buses as well. I think the tickets work on all of them. So they're every 6 or 7 minutes of the trams. I'm saving my legs a bit today because I did lots of walking yesterday and I've got lots of walking planned today.
My plan to save my legs was foiled at Neumarkt, where everyone had to get off the tram. A young lad next to me, who thankfully spoke great English, explained that the big German announcement we'd just heard had said there was some sort of incident on the line and all the trams were stopping there. So I decided that I might as well walk the rest of the way to the Heumarkt.
Up on the Primark building, got a giant ice cream cone for some reason. Yeah, whatever's happened, the trams are running empty for some reason, but in the background we're here in Heumarkt and we've got a nice church. Got a Dorint hotel there. I've stayed at a Dorint before in Germany, in Mannheim. Well, anyway, if you're staying at the Dorint, you're quite close to Heumarkt, which is also a good central location from what I can see. I'm very pleased with my hotel's location, which seems really nice and easy. The Heumarkt stop. Nice little church there. Lots of trams back and forth. This is where I got on the tram last night. So yeah, it hasn't taken really more than 10 minutes to walk down here. I see spires in that direction. Now, I am going to head in that direction, but not just yet.
Once I reached Heumarkt, I was back at the Neumarkt, or officially Heinzel's Wintermarschen. This is the one that has the ice rink, and you can actually hire skates here as well. And it was just as popular in the daytime. And there in the background you've got a much better glimpse of the 2 towers of the cathedral. These bars and restaurants were all quite full last night. To start my day proper, I've headed down to the River Rhine again. Looks very nice in the daylight, it's nice to see it properly. You've got the big railway bridge over there in the distance. And again you've got the party boats. And further up the river here you've got the Viking Baldur and the Viking Kara, 2 proper river cruise boats. I've never done a river cruise, but for the cruise fans this is one of the stops on the River Rhine itineraries, so that's definitely one on my to-do list. I've read that like most big riverside cities you can do boat trips during the day here. I'm not sure I'm going to have time to fit that in. I've so much to do I've decided to enjoy the things that I do rather than rush around trying to cram everything into one weekend. And this is just a lovely little walkway. This is the reason I actually came down here today, just to have a wander along the riverbank and enjoy the view across the other side of the river. I was talking to a German lady yesterday and she suggested crossing the river so you can get a view of the skyline from across the water. And then you've got the German architecture all along the front, just to remind you where you are. And there you have the 2 twin spires of the cathedral. I can understand why these are the symbol of the city, to be quite honest, because you see the 2 spires everywhere, but the rest of the cathedral's actually hidden by all the buildings around it. So it's just that little V shape that's the symbol that everyone sees. The end of the river walk takes you round into the centre of the city. You've got a much more modern building there, and then hiding behind it, you get a proper view of the cathedral. It turns out that the modern building in front of the cathedral is the Museum Ludwig. That's an art gallery for 20th century and contemporary art. It was actually one of my potential things to do while I was in Cologne, but as you'll see next time, we ended up picking a different art gallery. From the top of the steps you can see into Cologne's central railway station, and all around there are wide open spaces where you can look up and get a fantastic view of the cathedral from all sorts of angles.
And now I've got to the front of Cologne's Cathedral, and there's a big plaza, and this is the view you get up at the front of the Twin Towers. So it's proper lively around here. There's a big square, lots of people around. I know there's a Christmas market somewhere around here, so I haven't come across that bit yet, so we'll go and have a look round. I'm getting hungry now, I haven't had anything much to eat today, so time for some food as well, so trying snacks in the market.
And just around the side of the cathedral, you had the entrance to the Heumarkt Market at Cologne, or the market at Cologne Cathedral. It sits under the towers of the cathedral, and I think it's meant to be the biggest one in Cologne. And once you get down the side of the cathedral, it opens up into a great big Christmas market with a huge central Christmas tree. But before I started exploring, it was time for some food, and I went for raclette, which I've had before in Vienna actually. They melt the cheese and paste it onto bread.
Melted cheese on a French stick. It's a bit like cheese on toast. It smells delicious. They put black pepper on it. You can have one with garlic as well, but I've just had the ordinary one. So let's try this. Really nice. It's like Swiss cheese. Not sure what it is, but it's melted. Delicious.
As I found with all the Christmas markets in Cologne, there's always plenty of different things to eat.
I've gone for some churros because I'm still hungry. So this is a lovely market with the cathedral in the background, got a big Christmas tree there. There seems to be lots going on. It's a good mix of food and stalls, and actually there's Glühwein over there. I haven't seen many people with a Glühwein in this one. There's some music going on in the background as well. I've seen a souvenir I want, so I'm going to go and do some shopping. Just have another wander. But yeah, so far I'm liking this one. I'm going to come back and see it lit up at night as well.
This market obviously gives you a great chance to see the cathedral from the outside, and it's well worth having a wander around and looking at all the amazing sculptures outside. But you can also visit inside for free as well. I timed it right and managed to avoid all the queues, but you do need to watch out for that, and also be aware that sometimes it's close to tourists because of the church services.
So, I've just been around the cathedral, very nice, spent quite a long time in there. It's free to get in, you have to pay for the Treasury Museum if you want to go and see that. I didn't bother, it was only €4, but you can leave a donation obviously for the cathedral as well. So, because these big places cost a lot to keep, I guess. It's enormous inside, so you get the sense of all that people would have had when it had been built, so very nice, well worth going and having a look around. So now I've done that, I haven't really got much more planned this afternoon. I need to be a bit more organised, so I might do a bit more research tonight when I'm back at the hotel. For now, I think I'm just going to have a wander around, see what else I can find, because sometimes you spot the best stuff without really trying, don't you?
Turns out there was a handy sign nearby with quite a few different suggestions. I ended up going in the direction of the Rathaus, although that took me first through the shopping area.
This looks like the posh shopping street.
While I was wandering, I discovered the Wallraff Rickard's gallery. I wasn't in the mood for an art gallery at the time, but in the next episode, we'll come back to this one.
So, in between the Heumarkt and the Cathedral Market, I've come to the Alter Market. It's near the Rathaus. So, Rathaus is like the town hall. Let's go and see what this is like. So, this one looks like it's a bit of an extension to the Heumarkt, but it is definitely a different one. This is the Alter Market. So down the bottom there you can see the lights of the Heumarkt, and then there's a long run of stalls, and you come down.
And where we've been to the Neumarkt, which meant new market, Alter Market means old market in German. The Alter Market is a bit smaller, but has all the usual food and drink places. It's also got a lot more craft and souvenir stalls that the Heumarkt seemed to be missing. Where that one was all fun with the ice rink, games and food stalls, this one felt much more like a proper market.
It's the middle of the afternoon and I haven't had a Glühwein yet. This looks like a nice spot for one, doesn't it? I've got my German down to a pat now. It's Ein Glühwein and Rot. I struggle as soon as they start talking back to me in German because I've no idea, but they can probably tell from my accent that I'm English because they all speak English. Now this one's cost me €9, but it's not. It's €5 and then a €4 deposit. Pay a deposit for the mug. So if you don't want to keep the mug, take it back and you get your cash back. I found this little base that you can sit at, because the one thing that I am missing at the moment is a sit down. My legs are absolutely killing me. I've been walking around since late this morning, so I've earned this. Yeah, these markets are all a bit spread out. I'm glad I found this one. This is relatively close. I think, like I say, it's between the Heumarkt and the cathedral. So it's starting to get a bit darker. You can see the lights coming on. So after I've been here, I might head back towards the cathedral when it goes dark, and then I get to see that one all lit up. So I was thinking that was a church, but it's not. It's actually the tower of the Rathaus. Right, so this is the Rathaus, the modern one. So it's just got married there actually. And we're in the Alter Market, so I'm going to say the Alter Market, very nice. I like this one. Bit more of a Christmas market, more traditional. So this one's ranking higher, and as you can tell, it makes a world of difference as it starts going dark. Everything starts lighting up. When it lights up, it's even more nice. Yeah, so I've enjoyed visiting the Alter Market. That's a good one. It's a bit smaller, not as busy as some of the other ones. It seems to have more interesting stalls. So yeah, definitely more my kind of place. I like that one. That's going to go higher on the list. Come down to the waterfront. Some of the river cruise boats are still here. I have actually seen a few walking tours around today. Cologne's starting to light up. Nice way to get a view of the city. The cathedral in the background there. And a view of the cathedral from a different angle there. See the flying buttresses at the back. Very nice.
On the way back to the Cathedral Market, I came across this really small but very lively market. It's called the Pyramid Market in English, I'm not quite sure of the German name, but the pyramid name refers to this big windmill that sits in the middle of it. There's only a few stalls, but there was loads of lively music, and it was one of the liveliest markets I visited in Cologne.
Oh, this has lit up a bit since I was last here. Now, what time are we on? It's only 5:20. Right, it's gone dark, but there you go. Cathedral all looking lovely. We've got the Christmas tree down the bottom there. Hear the Christmas music in the background. There's another tree over there. Just looking very nice. Hungry again, so I've gone for pork steak. Really body. And it comes out like that. So I'm having pasta with olives. And they cook it in parmesan.
There's no denying that Cologne's cathedral makes a spectacular backdrop to the markets here.
But I have to say, you can tell this is the big and popular one because it's absolutely heaving. So again, I'm not going to get a drink here. I think I'm going to move on and maybe go back to the Alter Market, which was a bit nicer. Actually, the pyramid was really nice. That was quite lively down the bottom, so I might even go there. Or I might even head for a bar. I've had some food. I know it's expensive, but it's definitely worth doing. And I'm trying all these different things. It is worth noticing that the vast majority of them don't accept credit cards, so make sure you bring plenty of euros with you.
The Cathedral Market, all lit up, is splendid and well worth going to see, but it was just far too busy. So I moved back down to the Alter Market, which is a lot smaller, and so it was a bit quieter, although even that had its moments. I timed it very nicely as well. I got myself a Glühwein just in time to watch the brass band playing Christmas carols.
Back at the Heumarkt. It looks so much better lit up. But everywhere is heaving. Now the one thing these markets are missing are places to sit. I've found a bar with stools, and they come and give you the kolsch. Now these are only like 200 mils, they're little tiny glasses, but they only cost €2.50 as well. And I've got the view of the lights, and I've got somewhere to sit and rest my legs because I've walked around so much today, my legs are killing. I've only been here just over a day, and I've worn myself out already. I've still got 2 more days to go.
Next in my quest for a seat, I found this proper lively bar just along the side of the Heumarkt. This one's a Bavarian bar. They serve beer from Munich, and they also serve it in much bigger glasses, which I'm a bit more used to. I enjoyed comparing this to the local Kolsch beer, and it made a bit of a change from Glühwein.
Well, that's been a really good second day in Cologne. I've enjoyed the cathedral. I've been to more Christmas markets. I've just been and had a few more beers and plenty of Glühwein today. So I'm ready for an early night. I'm going to head back to the hotel. But it might be the end of day 2. I've still got a day and a half still to go before I go home. So lots more exploring to come. Make sure you subscribe, then you don't miss any more of my adventures. And if you're enjoying these adventures, please give us a like. It does really help. And drop me a comment. What do you think about Christmas markets? Have you been to any good ones that I need to go and see?
I was planning to catch the tram back from Heumarkt up to the hotel, but as we passed Neumarkt, I saw that it was still open. Being a Friday night, some of the Christmas markets stay open a bit later, and although a few of the stalls were closing down, the bars were still open. I think this is one of the most Christmassy ones, and it was a lovely place to just have an extra last couple of beers and round off my night in Cologne. Next time, I'm like a kid in a sweet shop when I visit the Chocolate Museum. I get spectacular views of Cologne at another Christmas market, and I round off my trip visiting an excellent art gallery with a bit of festive art as well. Don't forget to subscribe, and for more adventures, why not follow me on social media?